What is the best way to help our son or daughter to acquire their first home? And what is really important to make sure we avoid to be able to protect ourselves in doing this? I'll give you details in 2 little seconds. Hi everybody, Rock St-Jacques, Remax Direct, the Rock St-Jacques sales team. It's a privilege and a pleasure for me to share information of the real estate market in l'Outaouais with you on a regular basis. I invite you to share the video, like the video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Équipe Rock St-Jacques, so we stay in communication and you get all the pertinent information about the real estate market, which is probably one of the biggest investment in your portfolio. So I got this question. People are in a mode right now where they are interested in helping their young ones acquire a first home because the market changed so much, and with the interest rates, it's getting complicated for some first-time buyers to be able to acquire their first property. Often they are able to pay the monthly mortgage, but they have a hard time to qualify because we know to qualify, the interest rates will be higher than what they will pay in real life once they start paying the mortgage. So their difficulty is only at the approval. So what is tempting for some parents is to endorse the mortgage. Now this is where you got to pay close attention. You will probably want to listen to this another time and take notes. So in endorsing the mortgage, no institution, no bank institution will permit this if you're not co-owner, because they want to be able to put a lien on the property. But if you're not a co-owner, then they can't do nothing with the property. So technically, probabilities are you will have to be co-owner with your son or daughter. So mom or dad, even the grandparents could be in this situation wanting to help their grandkid because they're in a situation where they can. Again, you got to be careful and pay attention. It's very important. So now you are co-owner with your son or daughter. Up to that, everything is fine, no problem. Few years down the road, the son or daughter gets married or gets with a boyfriend or girlfriend, and they decide to marry. And now they're going to live happily ever after, so they want to be co-owners of this home. Now 5 years down the road, they say, well, let's relieve dad and mom of their engagement, towards the mortgage. Let's relieve them of that, get them off the mortgage, and let's put my wife or my husband on the deed of sale. And that's where the surprises happen. Because what will have to happen is that you'll have to get the house appraised. Now, let's say you bought it in 2022 and you paid $200,000 for it. We're now in 2027 and it's worth $300,000. So you just made $100,000 profit. You as the son, it's not a problem because it was your primary residence. You were living there. So the $50,000 that you hypothetically made, not a problem. But dad or mom, which was a secondary residence, they just made a capital gain of $50,000. Now, if they have some space in their exoneration, they're going to be spared a bit. But if there's no space there, they have $50,000 to put on their income, even if the property has not sold, because on paper, they will have been reputed to have sold at the fair market value. Even if they did not make the sale, they left an acquisition, they disposed of an acquisition that they have to put on their income tax report. So you see the importance of being aware of this prior getting engaged in endorsing a mortgage for your son or daughter. What is the solution? Now, what we see often is that people are going to give part of the patrimoine familial, the family patrimony. All right, sorry for that. So the family patrimony, the money that is already there, Often we're going to see people give it to their children in their living. So you can do a donation to your children. That is absolutely legal. The banks are going to welcome it and no problem. So let's say we're taking the same scenario. He's buying with 5% down payment. All of a sudden, you pitch in the 15% that's missing. All of a sudden, he's putting 20% down instead of 5. Payments are going down and he qualifies. Bingo, you are much ahead of the game than having to put $50,000 on your income tax report. The other thing that we see is that you can sign a lease if you're in a situation where it's a bi-generation or where there's a family potential unit in the basement. You could sign a lease which will increase his income, and sometimes this will help him to qualify. Again, you need to talk with specialists. You need to be surrounded with people that will help you. Realtor, mortgage broker, an accountant, fiscalist, somebody that knows what they're doing so that they could help you being safe in this transaction. And your goal is to help your son and daughter, not to put sticks in your wheels for the future. Because if you're putting $50,000 on your income tax and you're paying $25,000 of income tax, that is not very good. So it's going to obviously put you in a vulnerable situation. So the moral of this story, you need to call me, a member of my team, real professionals of the real estate market, and it's going to be a pleasure for us to give you all the information pertinent to this transaction and any other transaction you have in mind. So this is what I wanted to share with you today. I hope you share this video, like the video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember, it's a pleasure and a privilege to serve you. Thank you.